What is up?
What's up?
Hope everybody's doing awesome. Just wanted to get on here and announce officially our next project, which is Katharsis.
Yes.
Our next work on the stage. A lot of you know us as filmmakers, but theater has always been near and dear to us. And we recently dove back in with a cool play called Anima with micro theater. That was a good time with Clarissa. Shout out to her. That was a lot of fun. And you know, after that, we focused more on a film called Nemesis. Got that released or filmed and released and everything, and we had this real need to dive back into theater. And when we were kind of deciding which one we're gonna do, we were kind of stuck between two choices, and ironically, both of them had to do with the Iliad.
Yeah. So
the first one was kind of a dramatization of historical events in South Florida. You know, referencing the Iliad, there are actual direct quotes in it and stuff from the Iliad. And then we thought, why not just do the Iliad directly? You know, there's an old play we wrote, I'm talking, I don't know, how long ago was that? Like more than 10 years ago or something, that we found and kind of metaphorically dusted off. And it needed a lot of work, but we thought, man, this right here, this is what we should do.
You know, Greek mythology, especially the Iliad and Odyssey, has been near and dear to our hearts for a long time. And you know, with this is a great opportunity to tell a story in that world, which we love. You know, we found a way to that specific design for the stage that I think you know, it's gonna be entertaining, but it's gonna be dramatic, but it's gonna be, you know, a lot of the things that you look for in more of a kind of a classical tragedy style, but also I think something that modern people can really relate to and be detained by.
I mean, we feel that those myths, particularly, you know, the Iliad and the Odyssey, have themes in them that are super relatable even today. And when you get down to it, there's a reason why these stories have lasted for 4,000 years. That being said, you know, the myths themselves aren't necessarily accessible to everybody. We like them. We find them very interesting and badass.
But if you could just figure out a way to portray the themes that we can all relate to in a way that, you know, people nowadays can understand, you know, and that's the way that the story has been recycled all the time, you know. So, but it's always been the same ideals, because it's just these universal human themes, you know. And then, you know, over time, you know, storytellers would take the torch and, you know, do their own version. That's basically what we're attempting to do, you know. But
yeah. So we came up with this play. It's called Katharsis. It's a lot of it's in the title. Katharsis.
It's actually a Greek word.
Yeah, we use that kind of the Greek spelling with a K, and we focused heavily on kind of what we thought were the most important aspects of the Iliad.
We also thought, how can we boil this down as much as possible?
Yeah. So it's you know, following the timeline of the Iliad. The Iliad, a lot of people don't realize this, but the Iliad is actually very condensed part of the overall Trojan War cycle.
A lot of the most famous parts of the Trojan War don't come out in the Iliad.
There's no Trojan Wars.
No Trojan Wars.
You only see like 2 weeks, I think, of the war.
We don't see the sack of Troy. We don't see Achilles. We see Achilles, but not his weakness.
We don't. There's no heel.
There's no Achilles heel.
There's not even. You don't even see Achilles die.
Weakness,
you know, you don't even see him die in this play. I want people who don't know the Iliad too much to kind of come experience the play. But I will say that we focus more on the same kind of emotional climax that Homer chose, which is actually very fascinating in a play there's a lot of action in there, a lot of combat and great physical feats. But that particular poem, the climax is very emotional between two.
It's so relatable when you read it. It's you know, a very old poem, and then you read that scene and you see just you know, a younger warrior and an older man, and then the younger warrior seeing his own father in that man, and you know, things like that, and displays of mercy and humanity. It's fascinating.
I mean, there's some things that doesn't matter what culture, doesn't matter what time, it transcends those things. Things that all human beings can relate to. So grief is one. Mm-hmm. Ideas about the inevitability of death. We all have to face death. You know, obviously, you know, love, courage,
and then the idea of
those kinds of things.
The idea of love for, you know, personal love for your own family, and then love for your country or your community. Yeah. You know, so because those things don't always align. You know, so those are some other themes, and we just basically try to boil it down as much as possible. So you're gonna see characters that you may know of, like Achilles, of course. King Priam makes an entrance in this. You also have the female characters who are important in the poem, but they may not be as fleshed out. And we try to flesh them out a little bit more, give them a little more agency in this. So we have Briseis, and we also have Andromache as well. So these are some of the famous characters. And
of course, Prince Hector himself.
And of course, Hector.
Yeah, so he's in there. Mm-hmm. And we kind of, our play is boiled down to mainly three conversations, and the duel's gonna be in there. Of course, you gotta have some action if you're talking about the Trojan War. But it's kind of
those of you who see our films will know that
we always have ideas.
We have some kind of
there's got to be a bit of action in there, you know. And yeah, of course, there's going to be stage combat in this, and there's going to be that element. But it's really honed in on three conversations. One between Achilles and Briseis, a Trojan concubine, and two with Prince Hector of Troy and his wife on the Trojan side, and three with Achilles and Hector's father.
There's also another scene. I don't want to give away the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you do see interaction between Briseis and Andromache. Yeah. They were once on the same side, and now Briseis, and you'll find out more in the play. But Briseis seems to be kind of rooting for the Greeks now. Yeah. So after she's been, captured by Achilles. So
there's that interesting.
There's that
conflict there. So that's kind of the play. It's called Katharsis. We're doing a staged reading first. For those of you who don't know much about readings, and it's a thing in the theater world where it would almost kind of be a proof of concept in a sense in the film world.
Another thing for the gamers out there, it's like like the beta version of it. So it's like I don't know, like you're getting a demo version of it.
Exactly. So the idea is to put on a stage reading first, and gauging reaction and seeing if there's interest in it, and then from there, hopefully, riding a wave into the full production. So
you could be among the first people to actually see this story. And we're gonna try our best, what we have, to entertain you.
Yeah.
So
no matter what, even if the production, the full production is gonna be on another level, we want this. The intent is to make this a great night out. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be epic, emotionally.
The actors are going to be holding the scripts. But they're going to do their absolute best to portray this for you.
You can almost consider it like story time on steroids. Like, if you remember when you were a kid, you went to the library and somebody would, at least when I was a kid, they'd read it out, and sometimes you'd have this most boring person reading it, but then sometimes the drama teacher or somebody that's a good performer would read it, and they play all the characters. And even though the guy or the lady had the book in hand, you could see the character there. So that's kind of what we're going for with this reading, is that even though the books are going to be in hand, actors are going to fully commit. And it's still going to be an entertaining show.
Yeah, our aim is to entertain you when you come out, and
it's going to be free of it's going to be free of charge. We're planning on doing the actual performance on Sunday, July 13th. So if you want, mark your calendar. The address is coming for the venue. We're in talks with a couple of places,
July 13th. It's gonna be 4 to 7, right?
Yeah, 4 to 7 p.m. on Sunday.
The show is gonna be about, because when it's fully produced, it's gonna be about 1 hour 20, but read it's gonna be about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
We
just want some time to, hang out and mingle and.
Actually, I think I'm wrong on that. It's gonna be 5 to 7. 5 to 7 when we open 5 o'clock. We open the doors.
That's right. Yeah. We'll open the doors at 5. Yeah, we'll be there at 4.
Yeah.
You can come a little early if you want.
Yeah.
Hang out with us, but the officially the doors will open at 5.
So seating is gonna be, it's gonna be 5 p.m.
Exactly.
And then the show is gonna be,
about an hour or so.
Yeah, about 45 minutes to an hour.
So yeah, it's even though.
So Mark, it's July 13th, 5 o'clock.
We're trying hard to make this a good time. It's going to be fun. We want to give you a good taste of what the full production is going to be. So the stage reading Katharsis is coming July 13th, 4 to 7 p.m. Venue info inbound. We're fully casted, and we're going to start rehearsing very soon. I'm very excited. We started announcing some of the cast. If you go wherever you're seeing this, if you're seeing this on Instagram or Facebook, we've announced the cast.
Yeah.
So far I've announced Alexei, who's a brilliant actor. We worked with him on our film Nemesis. He's going to be playing Priam. We've also announced Yenny Ann, and we're excited to work with her. She has a lot of experience as a voice actress, but she's a brilliant actress in general, and we're very excited to seeing her build that character. I mean, just off of what we've seen, it's going to be awesome. So, more announcements coming soon as far as the rest of the cast.
Yep. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment, ask us, or reach out, DM, email, whatever you want.
We'll be making a few more videos, kind of deep diving more into the inspiration of the play, and of course talking about more details. We're also going to document the rehearsal process. So we just want to make this. I want to reach out to you guys, and really, we haven't been very good at turning the camera back on us and showing the process of what we've been up to as far as our film production and in general other projects we've been working on. We've done a couple of documentaries. We've been working on a docuseries. We've been doing a lot of commercials and things of that nature. But I really want to. This is really, you talk about passion projects. This is something really from the bottom of our hearts. Something we're very, very, very passionate about. And we're very excited to share this with you guys from beginning to end, and we'll see which one of you can witness it, go from this reading into a full production.
So stand by for more details. And
And like he said, if you have any questions about the show itself or anything like that, feel free to comment. Feel free to DM us directly if you've seen this on social media. And more details coming soon. Katharsis.